Hi there, this is Anup. Today we are going to talk about Windows 365 Boot. What does that feature? How is it integrated with Cloud PC, Microsoft Intune, and AVD, etc. Windows 365 Cloud PC Boot is a feature where you would be able to log into Windows 365 Cloud PC directly when you start a physical device. When you boot a physical device, you can directly log into Windows 365 Cloud PC. So you would be able to purchase a cheap Windows device or laptop, a low-end Windows laptop, and then you can use Windows 365 boot feature to boot that device into a cloud PC to have high-end workloads. This is going to exceptionally work well with shared PC scenarios in Windows 365 Cloud PC world. We'll deep dive into it with the latest information which we have from Microsoft and lot of information coming in the next few days. So watch out the description of the video to get the latest information. If you don't see Windows 365 boot guided scenario in your Intune portal, you need to wait until 24th May 11 a.m. PST. So that is where Microsoft is going to enable this feature for all the tenants. So don't skip it. Lot of information is coming to you in this video. So don't skip it. Let's go ahead and watch it out. Let's quickly look into Windows 365 boot and what are the points which we know at the moment. Windows 365 boot is for cloud PC login experience from a physical PC. What does that mean? You can have a very low end Windows laptop and you can directly log into a cloud PC using that low end Windows laptop. So you don't have to spend a lot of money for purchasing a high end laptop. And also, as per Microsoft, Windows 365 boot feature specifically for shared devices. If you want to give secure and seamless experience for your end users, then you should look into Windows 365 boot along with Cloud PC. There are some requirements that Microsoft shared at the moment. This is very early stage of Windows 365 boot Cloud PC. So the requirements might change in the future. So do check out the description of the video to get the latest information. So this is a new feature that lets you log in directly into Windows 365 Cloud PC from a Windows 11 device. So this is only available for Windows 11 22 H2 device onwards, and at the moment the requirement is to have a pro or enterprise license on the endpoint or on physical device that you log in. And probably the preview requirement, if you want to get into preview, then you need to be part of Windows Insider program developer channel. This requirement will surely go away, so you don't need to worry about Insider preview program, dev channel, etc. How you will enable the boot scenario? There are a lot of steps involved in this. From a very high level perspective, Microsoft Intune is going to help you with create and assign resources for Windows 365 boot. It is not a simple process, but Microsoft made it pretty straightforward using some guided scenarios which we will see in a bit. And you would be able to configure Windows updates, VPN, Wi-Fi, language settings, etc. during that guided scenario. If you are using an endpoint which is already in use and which has Windows installed on it, then after finishing the configuration, as per Microsoft document, they recommend to wipe the existing Windows 11 endpoints. We'll see why that is required probably in the next slides. This is the login experience screen for Windows 365 boot. You can see over here, sign in to your organization's cloud PC and enter your organization's email ID, password, and then here is the message. Your data will be stored on the cloud PC. And over here, this is also important. Over here, you will get an option to connect to Wi-Fi, or there are other options like the language selection option, even turn off options are also available here. As I mentioned, this is very early stage, so this could change in the future. So check out the description of the video to get the latest information. So all the data will be stored in the cloud PC. There won't be any data stored in the local PC in Windows 365 boot scenario. And once you log in, this is the screen you are going to get connecting to your cloud PC. Earlier, Microsoft discussed about offline mode, etc., with Windows 365 Cloud PC. Windows 365 boot plus offline option, it is going to give a lot of advantages to the cloud PCs. You would be able to use devices similar to Chromebook to log in to cloud PC. This is the technical part of it. If you look at the blog post that Microsoft shared, there's a high level details over there. It is an Intune guided scenario. That means automated scenario. In that automated scenario, it is going to create all these resources for you. Windows 365 resources, and then there's something called Azure Virtual Desktop Host app that is going to get created. AVD host app, that is something very particular for Windows 365 boot scenario, I suppose, and Microsoft will be providing more details about this probably in the documentation later. So do check out the description to get more details. Whenever Microsoft releases new details, I will be adding into the description of the video, or probably I will create a version 2 of this video. And then ESP, you are familiar with ESP if you are an Intune admin. ESP profile will be created specifically for Windows 365 boot, and then autopilot profile will be created for Windows 365 boot scenario. This is for the physical endpoint, I assume, the enrollment status page, autopilot profile, etc. And then device configuration policies. There would be specific device configuration policies will be created for Windows 365 boot to enable Windows 365 boot feature maybe on the physical OS layer. Shared PC device configurations, because Windows 365 boot is a shared PC scenario, so Microsoft has a lot of plans probably in future to have moving away from multi-session scenarios, etc., and using Windows 365 boot and shared PC scenario along with frontline licenses, etc. It's a pure guess from my side at the moment. I don't know, I could be totally wrong about this. But again, whenever I get an information about this, I will update the description of the video. And Windows update policies, this is for updating the operating system, and there will be other policy sets, etc. created. So overall, it is a 8-step process. The guided scenario, it needs to create lot of things. You need to have access for that, Intune administrator access, etc. Now let's look into some of the policies which are already available in Intune settings catalog related to Windows 365 boot, and we will look into CSP related to that. So this is the CSP which I was talking about, boot to cloud mode. This is available only for Pro, Enterprise and Education. At the moment it is available only for Windows Insider preview versions, and it is a device scoped policy. So this is for the physical device. Let's look into Intune settings catalog now. In Intune settings catalog, you would be able to see a category called cloud desktop, and under the cloud desktop you would be able to see something called boot to cloud mode Windows Insider only, and this Windows Insider only is a temporary thing. Windows 365 boot is G8, then this Windows Insider requirement will go away. At the moment, yes, it is Windows Insider. You have a drop down option, as you can see over here, enable boot to cloud PC. So there are two options, one is not configured and the other drop down option is enable boot to cloud desktop. Okay, now let's quickly look into the blog post that Microsoft shared related to this, and there are a lot of resources coming from Microsoft in the coming days about Windows 365 boot topic, and we also see some of the private preview details as well. So this is the documentation that Microsoft shared about Windows 365 boot, and the authors are mentioned over here. And if you look at the process, you would be able to see the details, how you can provision it, and it is a guided process, etc. And you need to have access to Intune administrator, and you need to create a Azure Active Directory group, etc. And these are the requirements at the moment, because this is going to change when this product or feature goes live. At the moment, developer channel requirement is there, that is going to change. And Microsoft clearly mentioned that this is a great solution for shared device, where logging in with unique user identity can take your own personal and secure cloud PC. So that is the modern and secured way of having multi-session devices. I mean, it is not a same technology, and personally I like this rather than multi-session, because multi-session VDI solutions will have lot of overheads. You can overcome all those things with Windows boot and shared devices like this. The cost is the main factor for using multi-session in many scenarios, and I know it is a very highly debatable topic. It is talking about autopilot naming standards, autopilot, and talks about the resources that this guided process is going to create, as you can see over here. And then it is talking about Windows update, and you can use Windows auto patch also to get Windows Cloud PC and endpoint with Windows 365 boot to patch, and you need to select the Wi-Fi profile and region, etc. And then you need to assign these devices to Azure Active Directory group for the assignment scenario. And over here Microsoft mentioned that the device needs to be wiped, and this is the recommendation. If the user doesn't have cloud PC assigned or a cloud PC license, then the user is going to get this particular message if they log into Windows 365 boot enabled endpoint. Seems like there is no Windows Cloud PC assigned to your account, or it is expired. Please contact your admin. And this is useful information. If user needs to connect to Wi-Fi connection, they will be able to do from Windows lock screen itself, as we discussed in the presentation as well. These are the coming resources, and there will be lot of information shared in this Windows in the Cloud episodes. And I wanted to quickly share, probably this is a private preview of Windows 365 boot that some of the organizations are testing. So this is the experience for this particular user. He is using the physical laptop, Surface Laptop Go, to log into Cloud PC. So this is the real world Cloud PC login scenario with Windows 365 boot enabled Surface laptop. Probably this is the private preview thing which is going on, and this is experience you can see. And you have an option to log in with secured key, and over here you would be able to see Wi-Fi and other options available. Now that you have seen lot of details about Windows 365 boot and Cloud PC, how this is going to connect with physical device, and how it is going to boot into Cloud PC, and what are the resources you need to create using Intune guided process for this Windows 365 boot scenario, and lot of details are coming out from Microsoft in few days. I will add the latest information in the description of the video. Do check that out to get the latest information about Windows 365 boot. Hope this was helpful. Thank you all for watching. See you around.